I'm just trying to get this thing started here, and it has to do something with the immigration situation.
We should just point out, Paula, that we are receiving pool notes for our viewers who are not
Going to pick up my phone so I can
Yes, you can read along with us. Pool notes are generally the pool of reporters that are monitoring what happens at the White House, and the reporters are all from various networks, and they're reporting what the president is saying. We'll get that tape playback at some point, and we'll play that for our viewers. But President Trump, according to the pool notes, saying to reporters and some members of Congress who were there, as well as some members of the cabinet, that the dilemma, this is quoting the president, the dilemma is if you're weak, the country is going to be overwhelmed with people. If you're strong, then you don't have any hearts. Perhaps I'd like to be strong. Senator Tom Cotton also spoke and suggested that that children free card for immigrants. And it's just sort of, again, that is being made here, that people who would come to this country for a better life free, when in reality the danger would be leaving your child if you were going to make your way to the land of the home of the free, that you would be leaving your children in a place where they were perhaps not as free as you could be here in the United States. But that is the note coming out of the White House, so we're expecting to get that tape playback very, very soon. Apparently in the room, the Vice President, Wilbur Ross, Commerce Secretary, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Lawmakers include Senator Graham, Senator Alexander, Cornyn, Republican lawmakers.
And just sort of as added little nugget, according to some of our pool notes, he also announced that he's canceling the annual feel right. This is a quote. It doesn't feel right to have a picnic for Congress. And, you know, as we speculate as to what prompted this, right? Once again, it's AP reporting, but, you know, I wonder if some of the pushback on social media has had an impact. You know, his daughter Ivanka tweeted out some images, a lot of pushback. I wonder if they're considering, just, you know, as the kids say, it's not a good look to be out there picnicking while this is happening, while alongside children crying and being pulled away from their parents.
Agreed, and at the core of that is sort of congressional inaction, and that really is a lot of the Trump platform, right? Draining the swamp, getting rid of the gridlock that's not seeing people. So absolutely, you don't even necessarily need the crisis at the border to know that a lot of people aren't going to be very impressed by seeing members of Congress eating tea sandwiches and drinking soda while they're not actually fulfilling their obligations and not actually passing anything to solve many of the problems the U.S. is facing. And today, of course, what's top of mind is immigration. So yes, does an optics matter? It does make sense perhaps to cancel.
And let's face it, the fact is that many people in this country, ranging from Republicans to Democrats to religious leaders, were all coming out. Former first ladies were coming out against it, as Laura Bush did. Even the president's wife, Melania, the current first lady, tweeted something that seemed to indicate that she was not as supportive of,
at least that she didn't like the idea of families being separated.
So we've got some tape playback from earlier today where Democrats were talking about. Some of them got very passionate. I want to play that, and then Paula will talk about it.
And I said to all of the young people, to all of the children, we are getting in good trouble to set people free. We can do it. If we fail to do it, history will not be kind to us. This is going on too long, and it must stop. And it must stop now, not tomorrow, but now. Now is the time to do what is right, what is fair, and what is just.
Child abuse is a violation of human rights, and the world is watching.
This is not a zero tolerance policy. What it is a zero humanity policy. It has to stop, and it has to stop now.
I never thought
something like
that we would have a day.
Peace to everybody who just Lee Henderson
as just leverage, as pawns, as for ransom. It's not going to be tolerated. We got to stop that before the election, but we will always remember.
That was the feminist who just talked.
All right, to Democrats, very passionate. A short time after that, Paul Ryan spoke to reporters.
Now
I want to play a little bit of what he had to say
the congressional
response to questions about this pending legislation that they're going to put forth.
This bill is Plan B, by the way, for us to begin with. So right now, we're focused on this legislation. By the way, it solves DACA in a very elegant way, I think. It's a very good solution for DACA. So right now, we're focused on getting this bill passed. The president came to our conference yesterday and asked members to support this bill. That is our focus. If other things happen, we'll cross those bridges when we get to it.
You know, the Democrats talked a bit about the problems with the legislation. We didn't play any of that, but, you know, the Republicans have been saying all along that the Democrats won't sign legislation. So this is the legislation that Paul Ryan is talking about. It's called the compromise bill, but Paula, it's actually not a compromise between Democrats and Republicans, between Republicans and more conservative, more hardline Republicans who really want to cut down not only on illegal immigration, but also legal immigration.
Exactly. I mean, that's really where the tension is the Democrats seem pretty united in their message on this, but within the Republican Party, there are sharp divides. There are more moderate Republicans who certainly don't want to see families separated. They want some sort of compromise or protections for so-called dreamers, but then they're standing side by side with immigration hardliners. Remember, this was a core tenet of the Trump campaign platform, was strict enforcement of our immigration laws, along with a wall, border security. This was a big part of why a lot of people supported the president. So while clearly deterrent to immigration laws, it definitely puts Republicans, particularly those moderate Republicans, in a really difficult spot during an incredibly critical election year.
So, you know, beyond the rhetoric that has been used by Democrats, by Republicans, by the president of the United States himself, many reasonable people, Paul, as you know, would agree that there needs to be a fix to immigration. And previous presidents have tried. President Obama tried. President Bush tried. And were not able to get the ball over the finish line, over the goal line. But if you step back and you look at some of the issues that have bubbled up over the last 18 months or so, of some of the actions the Trump administration has taken, including the issue with the Dreamers right now. If the president himself had not given Congress some kind of an artificial timetable to fix that issue, we wouldn't be where we are today with all these challenges. And again, if the president, through the Attorney General, had not implemented the zero tolerance policy back in April, he wouldn't be facing what some would argue is probably right now, at least, and again, it seems that there's always something every week, but this is probably the most significant political crisis of his presidency.
Yeah, but you know, Vlad and Paula, this is sort of part of the president's tactics, right? I mean, when it came to DACA, he deliberately ended the DACA protections in the hopes, according to him, of forcing Congress to hammer out some sort of comprehensive immigration policy or immigration law. It never happened. The deadline came and went. And what you see with this compromise bill, and you heard Paul Ryan component of it, because that's what prompted all these discussions, this DACA protection ending. Unfortunately for him, in the meanwhile, another very pressing issue bubbled to the surface. It seems to be part of the president's tactics to sort of create a crisis to encourage Congress to act, but on immigration, it's not working.
That could be part of it, but we also have to look at what's happening in the border. One of the most significant achievements of the president, the fact that illegal border crossings were down double digits, and that held for quite some time. But over the past few months, there have been increases. Again, nothing like what we've seen over the past few years, but there was an uptick, and that was a signal to Chief of Staff John Kelly and Attorney General Jeff Sessions that this would be a good time to implement a policy that they had been considering for well over a year, which is a zero tolerance policy and using separating families as a deterrent. The Chief of Staff, he is on the record saying this is a deterrent, as is the Attorney General. Other people want to deflect that. The architects of this policy have consistently said they believe that this would be a deterrent. So in many ways, they've wanted to do this for quite some time, and the fact that illegal border crossings were increasing gave them an opportunity to do that. However, it is the president and maybe perhaps some representatives in Congress who will bear the ultimate political price of those pictures and the audio and all the things that we've been seeing coming up from the border. And in talking with the president over the past week, he did that gaggle on Friday. He came down and talked to us. He didn't seem especially read in on the various legislative proposals. It didn't really seem that this issue was top of mind for him. He said he didn't really like separating families, but he seemed squarely focused on North Korea and the economy accomplishments in those realms. This did not seem to be something that he was especially focused on, and perhaps that is part of why he didn't realize how much political blowback there would be when this was actually implemented and people started seeing pictures and hearing the stories of the little children separated from their parents.
Well, the president did tweet today that, people are talking about North Korea as much as he probably expected they would be, something his son, Don Jr., also tweeted. Again, Paul, as you're reading along with us here on your phone, it's the most recent pool note number going on to say that the images that have been flashing across television screens here and around the world affect everyone, of course. Went back to the well and blamed the Obama administration, saying you have double standards. This has been going on for 50 years. Well, you will know as well as some of our viewers that President Obama did face.
Yeah, that was a little bit I wanted to play for y'all. And exactly. Yeah, and good evening to everyone who's here in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Peace to you, Gab. Everyone who just came in. Man, let me tell you, I got a lot of thoughts on this. You know what I'm saying? And True Royal Family did a little video on it earlier too. About not just the congressional black Caucasoids that we're talking about here, who don't do anything for us native blacks, you know what I'm saying, have been here for hundreds and thousands of years. Yeah. Oh, sorry. All right. Or what? Yeah, signals usually not the best. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's YouTube playing or it could be the signal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hold up. Got a lot of thoughts on this. First of all, hey, thought I lost for a little bit. Yeah. Okay, you don't hear anything, Gab? Gab Talk Media? Yeah, definitely. Ooh, hold on. Okay. Yeah, it's probably, but it's just messed up on my end too. Kind of like keep cutting in and out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Looks like others are getting some buffering. Shoot. Yeah, I don't know if it's YouTube playing tricks or yeah, because my signaling is not always right on my end either. Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's mixture of the regular signaling and the 4G signaling. That's all that is. Yeah, that's pretty much all that is. Oh shoot! And I just received from Senator Bernie Sanders. He just did a video saying that Trump's or family separation does nowhere near enough. Man, they sure is going on these immigrants, ain't they? Man, they're really catering to these yeah, exactly, August Dream. It is ridiculous. And I don't know if I could play it, but there's another video that I played where Donald Trump just signed the executive order to prevent the separation of families. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I seen that acronym before, Chanlo. What does that mean? HYON. Oh no, no. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No problem, August Streets. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. The signal is ridiculous. He probably. Oh yeah. Oh okay, Chanlo. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Somebody said something about that before. Okay. Yeah, I seen that acronym before. Yeah. Okay. Exactly. Facts on that. Facts on that, Chanlo. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you, Gab Talk Media. Yes, yeah, it's been acting up on me too. Hopefully it won't act up since I'm at this position. You know what I'm saying? Not only am I going to go after the Congressional Black Caucasoids, you know, Elijah Cummings, Barbara Lee, ones who spoke, but there's also others who toe the line with the global system of white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Majestic Royal Camp. But also there was a feminist who spoke as well. All these people did not say anything about us being shot, about us being harassed by these crackers police. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? These people that say anything about us getting reparations. John Conyers, he was the only congressman to introduce legislation to have a committee on reparations. And they won't even put that on the congressional floor. He has presented this legislation for probably over 20 years now, and it has never been put on the congressional floor. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. And Trump was forced to compromise the position to get this executive order to go through to protect these immigrants. Like these immigrants are more important than us who have been in this country for hundreds and thousands of years. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're not all that important. You know what I'm saying? It's like our reparations that were owed to us not all that important. No, this is why we got to be, you know, black first. You know what I'm saying? Because what these people doing is ridiculous. These congressional black caucasoids, you know what I'm saying, are just right along with these white feminists and boosting this global system of white supremacy to protect immigrants who are system of white supremacy, trying to be equal with these caucasoids. And that is why we don't consider them part of our family. You know what I mean? Appreciate everyone who's up in here. Exactly. And while they're getting the jobs, our people, our brothers and sisters are being locked up, especially our brothers. Our brothers are being locked up for petty crimes, non-violent crimes. We're putting in jail for that, but nobody's addressing the issue. But nobody is nobody in that congressional in Congress, meaning the House and the Senate, is not addressing that issue. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying we got to beg for these people's approval. You know what I'm saying? I just want to let y'all know that these people are not for us. You know what I'm saying? That's right, V. Henderson. They don't care. Exactly. They show more concern for these immigrants, August Dreams, than the rest of us who have been in this country for a long time. LGBT community, white feminists, animal rights. Exactly, August Dream. That's their only focus. Exactly. Exactly. It's a monstrosity. It's a monstrosity what we're seeing here. You know what I'm saying? It's a monstrosity what we're seeing in this country. That's why I play stuff from the Caucasoid media, so we can get it out, so we can all get an idea as to what these crackers are really talking about. Is what these Caucasoids are really talking about. And the gatekeepers of white supremacy are really talking about. They're more concerned about immigrants than they are concerned about us. Exactly. We are the hated, brother. Read the Gab Talk Media and despised. Absolutely. 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 We're public enemy number one, pretty much. You know why? Because there's a whole lot more of us than what they say in those statistics. We're more than 13% of the population, people. You know, I was just thinking, in my high school, there was a statistic that said that there was about 60 to 65% white people. I would say a good 30 to 50% of those white people were Russians. They weren't even born here in this country. So the actual white people that were born, it's probably anywhere between 30 and 35%. You know what I'm saying? That's how low their numbers are. And the same thing, you could pretty much say the same thing with the U.S. Census. They got white people at 60, 62%. Check this out. Or the people half of the people who are classified as white are from other countries. They weren't even born here. They're classified as white. You know, such as the North Africans, the Arabs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these are the people that come here and get business and set up shops and all that. That's right. And they actually get part ownership on this country. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere between 5 to 6% ownership of this country. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't behoove us that these people are going to be classified as white. And in some cases, they're going to be protected by this global system of white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Now, since I would say a good at least 30 to 50% of those people who are classified as white were not born here in America. You know what I'm saying? So that makes the actual white population who were born here in America anywhere between 30 and 35%, just like in my high school. It's a reflection of our country as a whole. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just thought about that before I even did this live stream. You know, I was thinking about that kind of like a few hours ago, and I was like, man, let me say something about that. You know, so man, it's like we don't get no benefits. We get no protection. All we're being given is a slave job to be treated as indentured servants. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got your own business and you work at home or what have you, the rest of us are indentured servants. You know what I mean? And like you said, pretty boy Randy, they do get treated better. Of course. I even noticed that when African brother came up that I was doing a work study with. He was from Sudan, and they treat me as a Native American. You know what I'm saying? as a brown skinned Native American. You know what I mean? Treated far better. A lot of people sympathize to his pain more than they would sympathize to mine and my family's pain. You know what I mean? And it's an interesting economy how the global system of white supremacy works. You know? So those of us that are in here, we know that this global system of white supremacy is not for us. This government is not for us. You know what I'm saying? And this Caucasoid media is showing us more and more that we are not important. Black lives do not matter. You know what I'm saying? Even these congressional black coons, these congressional black Caucasoids are saying that our lives don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And it's beyond despicable. It's beyond despicable. You know what I'm saying? And we have to come to this realization. We definitely have to come to this realization. And as to why we must unite as a people to have our own community, to have our own everything. You know what I'm saying? To support one another and love one another. Most importantly, that has love for ourselves. You know, because this Caucasoid media and whatever these Caucasoids put out is set up to make it look like we're for homosexuality. We're for gay marriage. That's why I played that. That's why I played that audio recording of Professor Black Truth, in which she explained how these Caucasoids, how these so-called institutes and so-called think tanks tell us what to think by saying that we're for gay marriage, that we're for homosexuality and things like that. You know what I'm saying? They telling us that as a psychological manipulation. And you know what's even sad? Black YouTubers like Cynthia G did the same thing, using psychological manipulation to make black men feel less than. You know what I'm saying? An example I'm going to give you of that was she tweeted about black men who shave their beards or align with the system of white supremacy. Now, when black men shave their beards, they don't do that in alignment with the system of white supremacy. They do that because it makes them feel good. You know what I'm saying? So when they look at themselves in the mirror, they can say, man, I look good. You know what I'm saying? They look not so they can say, man, Yeah, I like how I look. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving my melanin. I'm loving this little shaved beard and little shaved goatee that I have. You know what I'm saying? Or that they have, you know? They're not in alignment with the system of white supremacy. They could give a damn what these crackers think. You know what I'm saying? They could care less about that. But the males that she's speaking about, and a lot of brothers lost their wig off of that. And rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Because how can you tell a black man, how can you tell any black man that he shouldn't shave his beard? You know what I'm saying? Now, there's some brothers who choose not to shave their beards. They decide to comb their beards and all that. Hey, that's what's up too. And women gravitate to that as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, true, she does. But that whole psychological experiment was very counter to how we must battle against this global system of white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Because beards really shouldn't have to do anything on whether your thoughts, your ideology, that can determine or whether you're aligned with the system of white supremacy or not. You know what I'm saying? And just like these congressional black caucasoids, aligned with these feminist groups, they're more concerned about immigrants than they are about the rest of us who have been living here for hundreds of thousands of years. And that's the sad part. You know what I mean? And that is something that you probably will hardly ever hear in Cynthia G's and China Fox's channels. Shoot, you probably ain't gonna hear that in probably several other black YouTubers' channels. Because they place more of the blame on us than they do the global system of white supremacy. Now, the real ISIS, this is my first time mentioning about her. You know what I'm saying? She places the blame on the global system of white supremacy. And I recommend everybody to listen to her videos and live streams. You know, I haven't been getting notifications of her lately. I may have to check up, see what's going on, because I don't know if YouTube messing with my notification thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they usually do. Exactly, Gab Talk Media. Exactly. This is designed to make it look like we're not struggling. Make it look like we don't even exist. Oh man. That's I guess that's the game that they're playing on us. That we don't even exist. Our blackness is irrelevant. Our blackness is not existent. Oh, okay, Gab Talk Media. Yeah, I know that. Okay. Because I'm sure YouTube is probably going after her too, even though she probably may have had like maybe like a little more subscribers than I have right now. You know what I'm saying? But her content is very good. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's been like a couple of months since I last been on her Yeah, most definitely, Gab Talk Media. Yeah, definitely shout out to the real ISIS one. Yeah, I think her content is very good. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's a very small channel, like pretty much like mine's here. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But if black YouTubers like Cynthia G, China Fox, and some others was the focus, was to get their focus more on the global system of white supremacy and how they have kept us divided, how they have promoted these gender wars amongst black men and black women, and how they created colorism, then I could get with those black YouTubers again. You know what I'm saying? But all this blaming, you know what I'm saying, and criticizing people for talking about others, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna get us anywhere. But all we just getting is the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that majestic royal express ourselves differently. But however, we must be about going against this global system of white supremacy and being black first and promoting black businesses. You know what I mean? That's what it really should be about. That's definitely what it really should be about, you know? And once we get to that standpoint, we can get anywhere. Peace to you, Darth Void. Good evening to you, brother. Good seeing you in here. Yeah, I hear you, Sean Low. Yeah, there's a lot. There's some black YouTubers I'm gonna have to leave alone as well. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. You know what I'm saying? I hate to have to do that, but I'm gonna have to do it. You know? Yeah. But the main idea of these Congressional Black Caucasoids and looking out for these immigrants more than the rest of us is it's downright despicable. And like you said, Majestic Royal Camp, we have to separate. We definitely have to separate. These congressional black coons, these congressional black Caucasoids, they are not helping us in our cause at all. And they haven't been for many years. I mean, shoot. You could take it all the way back to the 80s. Promoting our brothers getting locked up for this so-called drug war that Nixon created in the 1970s. In which, people like got rich off of. But you know, these Caucasoids caught up with him and locked him up. But the thing was that one detective in the movie, American Gangster, he actually ended up getting the whole police departments locked up. Yeah. That's what he did. And that's, even though I'm not going to give too much credit to the Caucasoid who did that, but it was Frank Lucas who exposed the rest of them Caucasoid police officers. Now that Caucasoid detective didn't have to do that and turn them in, but he did. He did because it was moral and righteous. You know what I'm saying? So any more people won't be killed. And the thing is, a lot of these Caucasoids have contributed to this drug war by bringing in these drugs into our communities plus the feds, bringing in these drugs into our communities, toxifying us, destroying us as a people. Excuse me. You know what I mean? So this is why we must align ourselves together. You know what I'm saying? Because the way they playing it, is that they're gonna have us going against each other and going against these coons and coonettes and bootlickers and gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, we're gonna have to disperse these coons, coonettes, bootlickers, and gatekeepers out of our community, because they're not gonna look out for us. You know what I'm saying? They are not gonna look out for us. It's obvious by the audio recording that I had y'all just listen to. You know what I mean? Barbara Lee used to be for something. Shoot, she was one out of 3 congressmen to vote against the Patriot Act. That was the last great thing she ever did. And that wasn't even necessarily for us melanated people per se. That was really for all so-called Americans. That was for Caucasoids. Us. That was more for Caucasoids. Exactly. Exactly, Gab Talk Media. She used to be for us, in a way. Now, a lot of these congressional black Caucasoids, they're not for us anymore. They've been denounced to this. They've been denounced to this global system of white supremacy. You know, Maddow was crying over these immigrants about to be leaving this country. Oh, it's so despicable. But as far as I know, she never even spoken about how our lives have been jacked up because of these Caucasoids and their system. Yeah, that's all they want, V. Henderson. Butter biscuits. That's all these congressional black Caucasoids really want to get, is some butter biscuits. That's all they gonna get, too. They sure ain't gonna get the big chicken bone. Shoot, I don't even care if they fathers. You're not getting that big chicken bone. Exactly, August Dreams. Exactly. They even support these race soldiers more than they support their own. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm not really surprised, but at the same time, I'm just amazed how we have come to the point where our backs are really against the wall. You see, we're black first, so we're nothing. Yeah. But you know, out of all of this, we're still going to survive. We're still going to survive. We'll survive with everything else. We're still going to survive through this. Everything is going to change. The Most High is doing his work right now. And these Caucasoids better watch out because shoot, soon enough, they're going to end up being only 10 to 15% of the world population. Exactly, Vin Henderson. Dennis Rodman. Yeah. Dennis Rodman out of all people. Yep. All of it is not his fault. He has post-traumatic slave syndrome, just like the majority of our people do. You know what I'm saying? Very toxic, which led to him being married to a Caucasoid and all that. You know, it's all synonymous. So synonymous. You know, so. But yeah, you know, I rarely talk about President Trump on here or any of my live streams because I don't want him to be the center of attention like these Caucasoids in the mainstream media do it. But he like one of the alternative news media Caucasoids, Jimmy Dore, would say, he's just a symptom. He's just speaking their talking points. You know what I'm saying? Talk about being tough on the border. Okay, that's fine. But the thing is, they ain't got nothing to do with us. So we ain't got no dog in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He could be tough on the borders as he want. But the thing is, what is he doing for us, melanated people here in this country? What is anybody doing for us, melanated people here in this country? And right now, the answer is nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. These white feminists, these black feminists, these swirlers, they could care less about us. These coons, coonettes, and bootlickers and gatekeepers, they could care less about us. Which is why we don't have any friends. We are all we got here, family. We are all we got here. And exactly. And we must come as a collective to end this global system of white supremacy. Yep. That means that we can either vote these people out or we're not going to participate in the voting process until they start addressing our issues, until they start being black first. Exactly, Chanlo. Now, as far as these immigrants is concerned, I wouldn't put too much concern about them. You know what I'm saying? Gab Talk Media. Because they're being catered to right now by the Caucasoid mass media. You know what I'm saying? Which is why Majestic Royal King said we must be our brother's keeper. That's right. I agree with that. We must. In some cases, even when people we have minor disagreements with, you know what I'm saying? We still show them love. You know what I'm saying? We're just not going to be part of your nonsense. You know what I mean? We're just not going to propagate their agenda. And if their agendas are not aligned with ours, you know what I'm saying? we have a right to reject anything that they're saying to us. You know, that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Pretty Boy Randy. Yes. Shaq and Chuck. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, them two hate each other. Which I personally think it was all staged. And now they're best buds. cooning it out together. And the only Caucasoid on there in that TNT panel is Ernie Johnson. He's the only person who is right within his own skin. In which I personally don't really care for Ernie Johnson himself, but you know, he's the only person that is right within his own skin. The rest of them is just cooning it up. Wearing black skin, but acting Caucasoid. Speaking those white supremacists talking about all this personal and all this amongst NBA players, whatever. Yeah, I see John Lowe. Yeah, I know a couple of people were going live. Man, they came live like kind of like right after I came on live. The Elder Radical Sister. I was like, damn, what the world's going on here? Everybody like going live. Family, yeah, I'm a definitely cut this short so I can go into the other lives. You know what I'm saying? See what they talking about. But that link in the description box, that was part of that recording, and y'all can listen to that on your own time whenever y'all get ready. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to play that part where it was talking about the immigration situation. Now the whole talk with North Korea and all that, you know what I'm saying? That's why I stopped it. You know what I'm saying? The whole talk with North Korea and all that. What actually, as a matter of fact, what are y'all thoughts on the whole Trump and Kim signing this agreement? Because the way I see it, man, I mean, I'm not really impressed by it. I think it's a whole bunch of. I think it's nothing but a photo op. Trump making it look like he doing something when he ain't really doing a thing. Yeah, I always love how you say that, but just the royal can't. Exactly. White folks lovers. Yep. All must be hated. Bad monkeys. Bad jammies. Yes, always, always. Thank you for loving the live stream, Majestic Royal Camp. Yeah. Absolutely, Pretty Boy Randy. Oh, they gonna do all they can. And the thing is, that's the reason why I'll record Professor Black Truth stuff. Because man, when I replay it and watch it and listen to it over, I'm like, oh my goodness, this brother's really speaking the truth. He was talking about the think tanks telling you what we think. Yeah. Hell yeah. I like the way he put that. Yes. Facts on that. Yeah. These institutes and so forth. You know, white people got a whole bunch of institutes and think tanks telling us this, telling us that. And they don't know nothing about us. It's giving us a whole bunch of propaganda. Man, you know, these Caucasoids are so good at propaganda. These look like little leaguers. The Nazis ain't nothing compared to these Caucasoids living here in America today. Oh my goodness. But see, the Nazis, they didn't have the technology that we have here today. That's the difference. That is the big difference. Had the Nazis had the technology like we do today, man, shit, all these false Jews would be dead. Then shit, they'd probably be trying to kill us too. Which is why the powers that be had to get us involved in World War II. Force us to get involved in World War II by having Japan attack us at Pearl Harbor. That shit was set up. Set up perfectly. And then after World War II, well, actually, really, before World War II, oh shit, they gave us Social Security numbers by the passing of the Social Security Act of 1935. And this was when FDR was president. Yeah. Oh yeah, everything was set up and planned. To control us. To control how we think. To control how we act. That's why these Caucasoids put their media out the way that they do. To manipulate us. Manipulate us, as Mr. Brown would say. Yes. But we ain't fooled by that. Because we know. That's right, August Dreams. Television. Tele-live vision. Yup. It's all designed to give us lies and bullshit. That's the reason why they created the idiot box. It's only for idiots to watch. Idiots to be manipulated. That's the reason why it was invented. Yep. I agree on that. Yeah, so yeah. So they got all this set up. And that's why I focus on them so much. To let y'all know that we should not be manipulated by the bullshit they give us. Because everything they give us is bullshit. They know that they give us is bullshit. But how many of our people who are not in the chat room don't know that? That's the thing. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, pretty boy Randy. Should only care about our community. You know? And I'm going to keep speaking facts. You know what? This to throw a little caveat for y'all. There was a link that I put on one of my other lives, on the comment section of one of my other streams about at least 3 or 4 countries that have liberal, such as North Korea, Cuba, Venezuela, Cesar Chavez has contributed to getting the South Africans out of that apartheid system, that their version of segregation or subjugation amongst the black race in South Africa. So all these countries, this United States of America, as Radical Sister will call it, as Garnett, they're the ones who are liberating our African brothers and sisters. They're the ones who have contributed to the liberations of our brothers and sisters. Absolutely, Majestic Royal. You know, so right, August Dreams. Yep. But most of these immigrants are going to be classified as white anyway. And a lot of these immigrants are going to try to align themselves with this system of white supremacy. I'm saying they ain't going to lie with us. They could care less about our struggle. But there's some things we could pick up from them, such as being a collective people. Yeah, that's the most important thing. If we could get that mindset that they have, as far as being a collective is concerned, we could be a badass people. These crackers would be scared of shit of us. They can't do anything with us. Especially if they give us reparations, it's a wrap. They know it. That's why they won't give us reparations, because they know the minute we get reparations, we're about to put an end to this Caucasoid system. An end. That means our women are not going to be treated as and hoes any longer. Self-love is going to come back. Black love is going to reemerge like never before. Caucasoids fear all of that. If you ever listen to a Lupe Fiasco song called Dumb It Down, there's a section there when they were paraphrasing that they had the white guy says they think smart is being cool, Lou, but you gotta dumb it down. They dressing right, Lou. They going back to school, Lou. You know. Yeah, that's what we got to do. We got to get back to that. Man, let me tell y'all something. I don't know if y'all familiar with Mary Peak. She lived in Virginia, in my state of Virginia. And she was able to form schools so our ancestors could learn. So ancestors could learn how to read and write. And she did this against the system of plantation slavery. Where it was unlawful for our people to educate one another. So I don't want to... There should be no excuse why no melanated person should not know how to read. Yep, exactly, August Dreams. The tide is slowly turning. Yes. Exactly. Free boy Randy. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, why we need to come together. We could do that. We could do this. There's a lot of things our people have done. We got blueprints and history on our side. 400 years of our captivity is about to be up within the next year. And some of our people, and I had someone on Twitter ask me, 400 years? They didn't know what I was talking about. I was like, damn. That lost as a people? Maybe it wasn't relevant to that topic. I don't know. But this is our time to rise. And we will rise. But unfortunately, most of our brothers and sisters are not going to go with us because they rather hang with their oppressor than to hang with those of us who are all about liberation and being black first. But on the Saw movie says, said, oh man. Basically, to paraphrase, we all have a choice to make. I think Jigsaw said, choose it wisely. Something like that. It was wicked, but yet there was some element of truth with that. So we all must choose our choices wisely. And that's the only way we're going to achieve liberation as a collective. Absolutely, Vin Henderson. Oh, most definitely August Dreams. Most definitely. Oh, you mean Trump hating all whites? August Dreams? Exactly, Majestic Royal Camp. And their downfall is a reflection of their population numbers going down. You know, right now, I believe their real numbers are anywhere between 30 and 35% of the American population. You know what I'm saying? That's how I believe their actual numbers are. Okay, Majestic Royal Camp. That's why we must check these movies too and watch for deep messages that comes out of these movies related to us. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Majestic Royal Camp. Yes. Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You may very well be right, Majestic Royal Camp. Less than 30%. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I can see that being a population of the American whites or the whites who were born in American population. Yeah, that's possible. Yes. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Which is why the only way they can prevent on them being extinct is if they cohabitate with us melanated brothers and sisters. And we have a choice. We can either cohabitate with them or we can not cohabitate with them. I'd rather for us to not cohabitate with them. In order for this global system of white supremacy to go down. Not just even further, but to be eliminated permanently. You know what I mean? Exactly, Majestic Royal Camp. But see, they get better statistics on the Hispanic population than they do us native blacks here. Yep. Like I said, our numbers are far higher than what they say we are. Far higher. I would say at least 3 times higher. At least a good anywhere between 39 and 50% of us make up the American population. At least a good 39 to 50%. 3 times to almost 4 times higher than what they say we are. Because it doesn't make any sense how we could be 13% of the population for so many years. No way. Oh, yeah. The Most High has already taken him out, Majestic Royal Camp. And he ain't done yet. He ain't done yet. Oh, you know, it's probably going to be like the calamities that the Most High is going to present. It's probably going to be similar to the Moses story, and how Yahweh brought, or Father Yah brought calamities against the Egyptians, the colonizers, the so-called colonizers of that time. Well, you know, that's a story, but I'm just using that as an example. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to end up looking like. So whenever anybody mentions the tribulation, it's going to be the tribulation for these Caucasoids to be exterminated from this earth. And you know what? On social media, I'm not even allowed to use the term exterminate, because I end up getting flagged and get my account banned. I'm not even allowed to use certain words. So it's like I gotta really code up. I can't be explicit on Twitter. And I definitely cannot be explicit on Facebook, which is why I don't post on Facebook very much. You know, it's sad what these social media giants have become. But hey, it's not like we run it. It's these Caucasoids that run it, you know? They're going to do what they want to do. But at the same time, they know they are infringing on our First Amendment rights. But then also, you know, it's their business too. It's their site. And whatever community guidelines we have to abide to unfortunately, we're going to have to abide or else we get banned. You know, that's pretty much how that goes down. You know, actually, it's kind of an honor for me to get my account banned for 5 days, 7 days, 30 days. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, my 30 days on being banned from my main account on Facebook is probably about up by now. But I haven't even gone back to that old account to make sure. I don't even really feel the need to go back to that old account because I ended up creating this new account. You know, it just saves the heartache of having to go from account to account. And it takes sometimes it takes a lot of effort just to create a new account. It's just ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? How you're not allowed to say what you need to say. How you're not allowed to express the truth. All because they're worried about offending people. We got some YouTubers who are very sensitive. Queen, I know if she's in here, yeah. I mean, I was messaging her back and forth in the comment section on the video I did not this afternoon, but yesterday afternoon, early yesterday afternoon, about, you know, people being sensitive. About what you say. People have been offended by what you say. You know, when it's not, especially when it's not even about them. Exactly, Majestic Royal Camp. Yep. Yeah, I would say, yeah, about 31, 34%. We probably, yeah, that's probably about right. Exactly. Exactly, Chanlo. It's no time to be in our feelings. It's either we step up or we don't. You know what I'm saying? It's either we do something or we don't. You know, that's why I'm doing these videos. You know what I'm saying? To give y'all an alternative. To give y'all the truth that you might not hear from other black YouTubers. Because everybody brings something different to the table. You know, everybody. And like you said, just the Royal Camp, it's time for us to do it, you know. This is the right time to do it. And even if we don't ever get any reparations from these Caucasoids, that's fine. We can still come together as people. We're not going to... Because if enough of us can do something, can build as a collective, other groups of people could do something as a collective, you know what I'm saying? It'll be too many of us for these Caucasoids to destroy. They ain't gonna be able to get rid of all of us anyway. I don't care how much they poison the food, poison the water. They could do all that. They could do all of that if they want. But we're still here. We're still here. We're still suffering. we're still growing as a population. You can't? Yeah. Oh yeah. And speaking and the only place I will rather reserve my money is on black businesses, even if they're on a website, like such as WeBuyBlack.com. Yeah, I was saying on one of my live streams that I'm gonna get their detergent, and I need to go ahead and order their detergent. You know what I'm saying? So I could try it out. As a way of support my brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Because like I've been saying before, we are all we got. Actually, there's a Facebook page called We Are All We Got. So with that being said, I appreciate the love, appreciate the support, appreciate you rocking with me. Appreciate you listening through this entire live stream. And be aware of what's going on. And definitely continue to keep it black first. And I'll see you on the next video. All right. Peace.